Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. 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 I hope y'all can S-double-E, cause I need your eyes on me. Once I get my feet in this end zone, no one can S-T-O-P. Can I make a scene like a movie, feeling big, keep it juicy before we start getting unruly. I've been hooping like a hoolie, keep it coolie before I stuff you in a locker like a bully. Like a bully. Put in the work, you can see my fingernail dirt. I'm the last one to leave, even when I come first. Yeah, you might want it bad, but I'm sure I want it worse. I'ma do it cause I love it, I'ma love it till it hurts. What's the worst that can happen, Captain? I'm strapped in, no I'm not crazy, I'm just tapped in. Hungry like I'm fasting, I'm about that action, no slacking. Well, I'm sorry, Miss Jackson, cause here come the pain. No one to call up for help, no one to blame but yourself. You should've known better, however you did it, so we had to come ring your bell. Like I need a award, wait until I score, make it rain till it pour. I'm a dog on fours, put in work like a chore till I'm underneath the floor, in the trenches like a war. If they wanna give them more, when I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touchdown, touchdown. Fourth down, 4 yards, put it all on the line. I am not worried cause it is our time. I hear the crowd in the background, man, they just wanna see me shine. For the hell of it, it's irrelevant. You lacking the intelligence to make it make sense. We gon' manifest whatever we came to get. That's a little money and a trophy and nothing they gon' respect. We don't care who the best, we don't worry who was next. We gon' put them boys to rest like a temper feet of bed. I'm ahead of the rest like I came without a net. They gon' say it under breath, I'ma say it with my chest. I got it wrapped like a toga, put the whole team on my shoulders. Hold up, wake these boys up, call me soldiers, soldier, flow feeling.
It is a stadium where a different kind of football is more commonly the focus, but today it's all about the NFL as you get a look inside Allianz Arena in the Bavarian city of Munich, Germany. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Seattle Seahawks and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. From the 6. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Now, this defense for the Buccaneers, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
Sticking with Walker on second down. And right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And remember, he put one on the ground last week, so the rookie now back-to-back weeks with a fumble loss.
And 0 excuses, but altogether not surprising. Rookie running backs have to adjust to the speed of the NFL, and it's not just in their running. It's the speed of defenders getting to them, how hard and aggressive they are in tackling, them raking at the football. So many things they didn't deal with in college, and that's one of the big adjustments that they have to make. Again, not a surprise, but he's got to figure it out.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. Touchdown, Tampa Bay! Chris Godwin, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bucs use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Ryan Succop for the point after. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Fields it right around the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
Up the middle, here's Walker. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Smith. Throw out wide to Walker. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Go Street! Safety Ranger!
They'll fake it. Now Smith. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Shaquille Barrett in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Now they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a...
Oh, Fournette loses it. It's out. But it looks like a Buccaneer was able to corral it. Yes, the Bucs have it. Tampa Bay keeps the possession.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On 2nd and 11 now. Brady. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Well, to me, there was no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on 3rd down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw, it's Brady. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight at just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. Well, I don't know if you ever go into a game expecting to attempt a kick of 62 yards. Charles, not only attempt it, but make it one of the longest kicks that we've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm not sure you ever go into a game expecting to kick one of this distance, but all the better kickers, they do dream of it, and they show what they can do in practice and convince their coaches to give them a chance. That one surely paid off.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Gino. Over the middle, he finds Eskridge. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Smith on 3rd down. And Walker has it. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Walker now on 1st and 10. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Gino down to throw. Flush to his right. And this one is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of him, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And that is incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And the punt kicks out of bounds, and they will spot it right at the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. And that's good for a gain of 6. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately. So he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. After 1, it's 9-0. Fourth down, so Jake Camarda is out there. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. Man open, it's Goodwin. And they're going to get this up to midfield. The Seahawks on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. From the 50, it's Smith. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Play action. It's Smith. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
Got to get to the 26 for a 1st. This is 3rd down. Smith now to throw. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 17-yard line. His 1st catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man of the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Gino. He completes this to Walker. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling. Held it to an okay gain.
This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Smith. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3. Smith keeps it on the sneak. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. Here's Walker. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal.
Let's go now.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. This Tampa Bay defense, they held strong on the first 2 plays. Now 3rd and goal. They'll try and run Walker. And this is going to depend on his spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it?
Okay,
to me,
ready.
3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Seahawks' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Oh, I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
after the interception. Here's Smith. And that one complete to Hart. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Nice move at the 5, and he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. From the 5, 2nd and 4. On second down, it's Walker. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Kenneth Walker with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head, because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get in the field goal range. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Going up top for Miller. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing. Interestingly,
that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Open man has got it. It's complete. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Hey, both 66, back and reload.
And the tight end goes in motion left.
Hey, 66. Hey.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
Well, those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
Now Geno on 1st down. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Carlton Davis picks it. And the Buccaneers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back seven, phenomenal.
This is caught by Evans. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. So we are at halftime here in Munich in the NFL International Series. As we send you back across the Atlantic to Orlando, as we say Guten Tag to our guys standing by. That's Jonathan Coachman. Coach? Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaughan. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Flying in to pick up that sack, Jordan Brooks. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
The sack backs him up, 3rd and long. Tough challenge for Brady and the Bucs. They'll look to throw. He finds his target. It's Evans. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Here's Walker to start the drive. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Pass the 60, pass the 60.
And going right back to Walker. They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They'll try for the first with Walker. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Here we go on 4th. Smith. And he's got the speedster Goodwin. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. 21 yards there, a big play on 4th down.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Walker with it. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. From the gun, here's Smith. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Myers' kick is good, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So it was a 3-point lead at halftime, and they double that with a field goal here.
And I think defensively, you've got to be okay with that because you kept this game within a touchdown. Your hope is that you've inspired your offense to put a drive together, get in the end zone themselves, and hopefully get you the lead.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Fournette once more on 2nd down. Ooh, the juke. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 49 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now Brady Batts forward on the jet sweep. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. The defensive coordinators love that. You got a cornerback willing to stick his nose in there, come up on run support, and stop that pop pass dead in its tracks.
And partner, one good thing about trying to defend that play, you should see it coming the whole way. You see the receiver coming in motion in your direction. Nice job eluding the blocker, making the play behind the line of scrimmage, but an even better job studying the play before you have to try and defend it in a game.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Hey, that
The Bucs on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And Fournette trying to power his way forward, but I don't think he got there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
They'll go with a big bank Fournette. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Hey, I'm not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
A new lease on life after the 4th down conversion. Here's 1st and 10. Brady gives this to White. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They defer to White out of the shotgun. 4 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Hey, Alabama.
Now they'll throw with Brady. Dumps it up, and he loses the football a 2nd time. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. Now Brady. And that is incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them the completion.
So some pressure now on the kicker, Ryan Sucker. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. And they're not going to get the kick off in time. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. "35 yards that time on the punt, and they will take over 1st and 10.
Ready?
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Vita Vea stopped that play in its tracks.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. A shotgun snap for Smith. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And the Bucs are going to take possession of the football. A seismic shift in momentum here in the fourth quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's 2nd down.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
On 2nd and 9, Brady. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. And in for the Buccaneers, touchdown.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And it's no good. He missed it. And the game remains tied. Oh, boy. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, it should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him. Find him.
From the gun, it's Walker. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. And the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a fourth down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
To throw is Brady. They'll swing this out to Fournette. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Gosh, given the time in the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so. But it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
No, 66.
Brady to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jones. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. In a tie game, fourth quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Takes it at the 7. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
A few better down a score in the fourth quarter than Tom Brady. This is 1st and 10. Back to throw. Able to find Jones. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's 2nd down. A shotgun give to Fournette. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Back to throw, Brady. Delivering a pass here to Evans on the out route. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. Now Brady. There's Evans again, complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Now another timeout called for by the offense as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. He'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Evans. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Brady to Evans that time. First down, Tampa. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
He's back to throw. Evans has it left side. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Back to throw. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the Seahawks are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. So the victory here for Seattle. Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game, you make it very difficult for your team to get redemption.
So for the Seahawks, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back to 500 at 5-5. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll get a late bye next week, which might be coming at the right time. And they'll be back in action in Week 12.